thanks for joining me. I've not done any building work this week, I've not videoed anything. I've had a bit of an hard week at work really, so I couldn't really face doing anything this weekend. But what I have done is I've reorganised my man cave for my bar, and it's looking probably the tidiest it's ever looked, so I'm going to give you a quick tour and see what you think. So this is my man cave, where I spend loads of my time at the weekend really. It's a nice place to read and chill out and listen to music. I built it about 4 or 5 years ago, and most of it is recycled stuff. A lot of it's pallet wood. I've not really spent much money on it, so I've clad all the ceiling there. So the bar itself, that's made out of pallet woods. The top is a resin top, but all the nails that I pulled out of the pallets when I was stripping the pallets down, I kept all the nails, and I've siliconed them down here on a board, and then I poured resin over the top of them. So that looks quite nice. I think the resin on this was the most expensive single item in this bar. It was £250, but it looks nice, so I'm not bothered about that. All the shelves there, all pallet wood. An old bell there I had from years ago for last orders. I think I bought that at car boot sale a long time ago. Some fezzes there. We went to see Madness a few months ago. Fully stocked bar, look. That's my bottle opener. You take the tops off there and they fall into that bottle top catcher there. Them's my disco lights. Dartboard. Log store for my wood burner. That's my wood burner. I actually had that lit yesterday. I've not had it lit since last winter. It wasn't really cold, but I just thought I'd light it because it has rained a lot, so it took a bit of damp out of the air and took a bit of the chill off. An old grappa nook up there. I don't know if it's original or not. The guy that I bought it off said it was, so I've no reason to doubt him. Couple more knives out of my collection there. Boot polishing kit. Extra wood for my wood burner at the back of the sofa there. So that's just a table and chairs. Sometimes we eat out here if it's not nice weather outside. If it is nice weather outside, we sometimes eat out there on the decking. This is the filing cabinet that I saved. I've done a video on that a week or so ago, something like that. So if you want to watch that, check that out. This filing cabinet was an old rickety wobbly thing. I spent a couple of weekends on it trying to save its life. That's my pool table. I've turned that the other way. That used to go this way, but I've turned it that way. It gives me a little bit more room in the bar area. And that behind it is the top for it. So when we're not using it as a pool table, we can use it as a dining table. Just put that tablecloth on it. And then when I want to use it, just flip that off. Bought this pool table off Facebook Marketplace, and it cost me £250. And the reason the guy was selling it is it's a slate top, and that's what I wanted. But the reason the guy was selling it because the balls, when they went down the pockets, the work was turning to this end, So what I did, I stripped it all down. I think there's a video of it on my channel if you want to see it. I stripped it all down and then I reclad it with pallet wood, and down this both sides there's a ramp that's high at that end and low at this end. So if I can get the balls in, if you can see that, yeah. So the balls, they were going in the pockets, and because it was made of such cheap material, it were like bone in the middle, and all the balls were getting stuck here. So I thought, well, I'm sure I can remedy that. So I put some, I think it was 15mm ply down the sides. The stuff that were on there originally, it was such cheap stuff, but like I say, I wasn't bothered because it would have slate bed, and that's what I wanted. So if I can get the balls in, you can see it. So they return every time now, so that was a decent job. Really, the only thing I've done this weekend, I rehashed this tool wall that I've got. So starting at this end, these are all various tools in various states of repair that I plan on doing up one day. A couple of oil cans there, some old wooden planes, some blow lamps. I don't want to restore too many of them because I like the old look, you know, the old look of tools. I have restored a couple. That was a hammer that I did. A couple of spanners that I did there. There's a G-clamp that I did. There's videos of them as well if you want to see them. And that's my crowbar gun. I did a clearance thing in a garage and there were loads of crowbars, and I thought, oh, I can probably make something nice out of them. So I put them on the floor and arranged them into that shape and then welded them. So that's my crowbar gun. That's my mirror that I've had for 30 odd years. I found it in a lady's back garden once, and she was throwing it away. It was on an old cupboard door. She said I could have it, and I kept it. And then I decided to do something with it a couple of months ago, and I dug it out of my cellar and I dropped it and broke it, but I decided to just do something with it and frame it anyway. So that's the bit of a story behind that one. That's why that's broken like it is. Got my Union Jack flag there. Got that off eBay. That was 120 quid. I like that. B-rate in. That's what my bar's called. The B-rate in. That's an old Yorkshire way of saying it'll be right. It'll be right. B-rate in. A friend of mine gave me these helmets. They'd sold the bikes and they didn't need them anymore, and apparently you can't resell second-hand helmets because, well, you shouldn't do, because you don't know if they've been in an accident or not, and I'm guessing they've got probably a sell-by date on them as well. Anyway, I've never actually been on a motorbike, but people look at that and, you know, they think it's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty good anyway. If I can, I can. That's a Yorkshire way of saying if I can do it, you can do it. That's what I used to call this channel originally, but I don't think many people got it. It read as if I can, I can, and that's not really what I wanted it to say. You know, I wanted it to say if I can, I can, and people used to say if I can, I can. So they didn't really get it. So I was thinking for a long time for another name for the channel, and I come up with one a couple of weeks ago. So that's what I call this channel. Useless to useful now. That's I'll show you that working. That's a fold-away bench. So there's a bit of an art to putting that up. That's an old piece of fence that I had, so I cut the bottom of it and cut it to size, and that just fits in a little groove at the side there. But that's a really sturdy bench, that, if I need it. So it folds away when you don't need it. It's a workbench when you need a workbench in here. And then I've got this piece of glass here. You can't see it because it's see-through. And then if you want to sit at it as like a table, I put that piece of glass on it and put the stools at it. I'll show you. So then you can sit at that with a stool on each side. When that bin's not in the way, that was a bin that I made for my wife for our kitchen, but she wanted something a bit more modern, so she bought a new one, so I keep extra wood in it now for me wood burner. I'll just keep that in there. That's a door on the front, but if I open it, the wood will probably fall out and I will be able to close the door again, so I'll keep it shut. This is what they call a garden bar. It's meant to go outside on a garden wall, and then you keep glasses and drinks in it, or whatever. But it never actually made it outside. I keep it in here, and I just keep like cleaning products and spare tools in here. That's a branch. The council were cutting a tree down close to where we live when I was building this bar. And I thought, oh, that'll be perfect. So I just set that into the bar top. That's a bit of chainmail that I made, because eventually I want to make some chainmail curtains for my windows over there. But I think that's going to be a long project. Well, I don't know. Can't remember how long that took me. I did that ages ago as well. So yeah, plenty of drinks there. All these are old bottles of, you know, spirits and wines and stuff like that you can see on the camera. I'm getting it covered in cobwebs, so I asked my wife never to clean up there, because eventually I want that to look like an old bar that's not been, you know, nobody's been in it for years. It's full of cobwebs. I hope you can see that. I hope it's picking up all right. Size wise, it's about 8 meters by 6 meters, I think. Them's flags and bottle tops. I had a gap to fill in, so I fill that with bottle tops. I've done a bar tour for a while, since probably Christmas last year, so it's about 9 months ago. So yeah, I don't think anybody's ever seen it looking this tidy. I haven't, so nobody else has. But I need to keep on top of it now. My projects tend to spill over from my workshop into my bar sometimes, and it gets a bit of a mess. But anyway, the other thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, I've put a few shorts on my channel recently, because somebody told me that if you don't put shorts on, the YouTube algorithm doesn't look favourably on you. I don't know how true it is or not, but I'm probably going to put a few more shorts on. But hopefully next weekend I'll get something built and stick another build video on. Thanks for watching, and thanks to everyone that subscribed and liked the videos. It's been great. Thanks a lot. See you again. Bye.